All right, y'all. So I'm gonna drop some more knowledge real quick. So real quick, y'all. A shark, right? A shark. Now there's a multitude. There's a number of species of sharks, right? But generally, sharks. This is a lesson that we can all learn from sharks. If you speak to a marine biologist, a zoologist, they'll confirm this, and you can research this. Sharks have to keep swimming to stay alive. I'm gonna say that one more time, and I'm gonna say it slow. Sharks have to keep swimming to stay alive. The question is that true? Well, yes and no. It depends on the type of a shark. There are certain types of sharks that have to keep swimming to stay alive. So I'm being very clear here. Not all sharks, but certain types of sharks have to swim to stay alive. And I thought that was very interesting. It's very interesting, right? But before I tell you why it's so interesting, which is obvious, but I'm going to tell you why they have to swim. All right. The gills that a fish has extracts oxygen from the water. There's a certain muscle that every fish has that extract oxygen from water by means of their gills. Sharks, certain types of sharks, do not have the same type of muscle that is necessary to extract the oxygen atom from water so it can get oxygen to breathe. So to make up for that, what the shark has to do, it has to keep swimming so that water can pass over its gill and the oxygen is extracted from the water by the very movement of the water over its gill. Whereas whereas a fish or certain the other types of sharks, they have a certain muscle that can extract the oxygen from out of the water. Most sharks, do not have that muscle, a particular muscle. So in order for them to get the oxygen out of the water, they have to keep moving for the water to move over the gill in order for the oxygen to be extracted. So that means for these particular type of sharks, if they stop swimming, they literally die because they can't get oxygen. So a shark has to keep moving in order for it to stay alive. And again, I'm being very clear here, specific types of sharks. So then the question that begets this is the question that comes to mind. How do they sleep? Well, it depends on how you define sleep. Their version of sleep is not the same version of our sleep, where we lose consciousness for several hours and so that the body can recuperate and rejuvenate energy. Sharks do what's called sleep swimming or swim sleep. Literally, they swim sleep. In other words, they're still swimming, but their version of sleeping just means less activity in their brain. I'll say that again. Their version of swimming means less activity in their brain. So they're still swimming, but their brain is not operating at full capacity, and they're therefore rejuvenating their body and getting rest. And that's how sharks sleep. It's called sleep swim. And you can actually Google it. It's not like it's not like some special knowledge where you have to go find it. It's like right at the fingertips. You just click Google and do sharks sleep and how do sharks have to keep swimming or whatever. And so I was reading about this stuff, just reading it, and I just found out all kind of information. But the takeaway, the reason why I put this video up is this: no matter what happens to you in life, keep swimming. No matter what comes your way, you keep swimming. That's the lesson. Keep swimming. If you don't keep swimming, you die. It's that simple. And your death doesn't necessarily mean a biological death, because there's a lot of people who are walking dead. You know what I'm saying? You die in the sense of your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. You die in the sense of your motivation. You die in the sense of your ambition. You die in the sense of your joy, your happiness. People steal it, people kill it. You die in the sense of you start to decline psychologically, depression, anxiety, mental illness, and melee. There's so many ways you can die. You become stagnant. Your career, you're not going anywhere. You're not going backwards. You're not going forward. You're just stagnant, or you just might be declining. So you're dying in the sense you're alive biologically, but psychologically you're dying. Emotionally, you're dying. Spiritually, you're dying. Soul-wise, you're dying. You're dying on the internals. And then eventually you die on the external. So the moral of the shark, the lesson from the shark is you keep swimming. No matter come what may in your life, keep swimming. And for you and I, we're not swimming literally, so that would be keep moving. You translate that keep swimming to keep moving. You keep moving. No matter what comes your way in life, the moral is you keep moving. You keep swimming. And here's the thing, you don't have to move at high velocity, okay? Life is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So you're not competing with anyone but yourself. And this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So what that means is your movement is not predicated on someone else's movement, right? It's not measured by the velocity of how others are moving. Your movement, it's individual, it's soul, and it's unique to you. The moral, though, is you don't stop. Whatever happens to you in life, you keep moving. I don't care. I don't want to hear. I'm to a point where my consciousness has brought me to a level where I don't care about what happened to you. Technically, to be honest with you, I don't even want to hear it. I don't care about your story. I don't want to. I literally don't give two craps about what happened to you, who betrayed you, who backstabbed you, who cheated on you, who left you, who stole your money, who stole your girlfriend, who cheated on you, who abused you mentally, emotionally, psychologically, who I literally, who fired you, who got a promotion, who foreclosed on you, who repoed your car. I mean, who died. I mean, I don't care what your story is. And here's why I don't care. I don't care because no matter what your story is, your story does not change the lesson. It does not change the general principle of you keep moving forward. No matter what your story is, it does not change that principle. That principle is etched in stone. It's permanent, right? There's a permanency of that principle. You keep moving forward. There's no story that I could hear that would make me say, okay, stop moving and sit. Let's sit and stay here. Let's wallow in this story, in your problem. Let's sit and stay here. There's no story that's going to change that. There's no story that's going to alter, modify, or rearrange the general principle of you keep moving forward. No matter what happens, keep moving forward. Take the lesson from the shark. If it doesn't swim, it dies. And this is marine biology can prove this. This is scientific. This is factual. You can go research it. If a shark stops swimming, it dies. So if you stop moving, you will die. And again, like I said, I literally don't care what your story is. Because your story does not change the facts that you got to keep moving forward. I don't care what happened. Because here's the reality, folks. Whatever your challenge is, it is there for a reason. Nothing happens in a vacuum. And by that I mean in just an empty space. By that I mean with no cause. And there's always a cause and effect. Whatever your effect is, which is the consequence, the result, there's a cause, right? There's nothing just happens in a vacuum. There's always a cause, right? And whatever your challenge is, your difficulty is, it is there for you to pinpoint and identify something in your character, something in your mannerism, something in your psyche, something in your emotional etheric body that needs to be healed, that needs to be brought to the surface, that needs to rise to the top and to be addressed and to face, to rectify, to work on, to heal, right? Because every issue, every challenge, every difficulty is not just in your life of randomness, right? There's something in you that has manifested that challenge in your life. There's something in you that has brought that challenge into your life. Now that don't mean if you're walking outside and God forbid you get hit by a car, you brought that into your life. That's not what I mean, okay? We're talking about reoccurring themes, right? You keep going through certain things in life, right? Whether it's you keep running into financial difficulties, you're always losing money somehow. You can't keep a job. You can't maintain whatever. It doesn't matter. It's unique to everybody. Whatever your reoccurring theme is in life, it's something that you're not fixing on your internal, because we all need to evolve. Life is about evolving, evolution, and ascending, right? So the lesson of the shark is you keep moving forward. No matter what happens, never stop. Till next time, peace.